families, Mrs. Scrupa here, and this week I'm here with Madison and
Hello.
Michael, and we are going to be learning about American artist Wayne Thiebaud and his style of decorating and painting these beautiful, delicious looking cakes.
Because it's around birthday week! Yay!
Yes, and that's excitement before cake and sugar. So yes, it is my birthday week, and in celebration, since we really can't go anywhere, we're gonna learn how to draw and decorate a cake in the style of Wayne Thiebaud. So join me and let's see how your cake turns out. Wayne Thiebaud is an American artist that lives in Arizona. He's born in 1920 and is 99 years old. He is known all around the world for his delicious looking dessert paintings. Here are some of his cake paintings. You can see the different layers that he has created and the types of icing used by layering his paints on very thick for these different types of artworks. So you get your paper ready, nice plain piece of paper, pencil, and a large eraser if you don't have one here, or you work better with a larger eraser. That way you can erase any mistakes. And you'll also be erasing some areas as we go along, because we'll be drawing lines that we eventually will not need as we progress with our project. Also draw lightly, because some of these lines, like I just said, are going to become erase lines, so you want to make sure that you're not pressing too hard. So we're going to start with drawing the actual cake before anything has been cut out of it. So we're going to start up here towards the top of your paper with an oval shape, circular shape. That's going to be the very top of your cake. Sometimes what I like to do is just kind of go around with my hand for a little bit before I even lay the pencil down to draw the shape. So just to kind of get a feel of how I want it. And I'll just go around a few times and find the shape that I like. So I'll erase that little bit there because I don't need that. Make it a little more even. That's going to be the top of your cake. Now what you're going to do is on this corner and this corner, we're going to draw two lines that are parallel. That means they go straight down, about the same even length, as best as possible as you can get. That's going to be the sides of your cake. So I'm going to draw from here a line that goes straight down and stop. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side, line straight down and stop. You can see they stopped around the same area. Since this top is a curved shape and our cake we're creating is going to be a 3D shape, we want to connect the bottom with not a straight line, because that won't make it look very realistic in 3D. We want to repeat this curve that's right here. This kind of like looks like a smile. This line here connecting this spot with this spot. So right here, I'm going to repeat that kind of curved shape to match as best up here with that one. Okay. Now if at any time you need to pause, rewind the video, please feel free to do so, so you can get the best of what you're doing. All right, so now we have the actual cylinder shape for our cake. We're going to actually now cut a slice out because we want to see what's inside that cake. So in the center here, you're going to put a little dot. That dot is going to be a little guide marking for us to know where we're going to slice the piece of cake out with. Your cake slice is going to come out over here. So we're going to draw, just like we did here, these two parallel lines. We're going to draw two more parallel lines. So a line that goes from here to here and here to here, straight down to match right here what you did here. Okay, so I'm going to go from here and draw down, and here and draw down. So this is going to be the part that is cut out. What you're going to do now is this little section here between these two parallel straight lines you did here, you're going to erase that part. So I'm going to erase that out of here. Okay. I'm also going to erase the bottom part here. So that disappears. All right. Now back to this dot. We're going to play connect the dots. We're going to take this part here where these lines connect, that little corner, and we're going to draw a straight line that goes right to that dot. So you're going to go right to here. Same thing right here. We're going to go here to there. So you can see we're starting to cut that slice of cake out. But now we need to finish this bottom because we erased that line. We want to make it look like this line right here. We want to make it right here, this line here. So it looks real 3D, that this is a realistic shaped cake. So the way this one goes on a diagonal here, we're going to repeat that diagonal and go right up into there. How's it looking? Good? Good. So this is the inside of your cake because you just cut a slice out. And this is the outside. So we're going to decorate the outside in a moment, but let's put a filling in there. Sometimes cakes have different layers, so it's like cake, and then maybe it's like chocolate pudding or chocolate icing, vanilla icing in the middle, maybe some fruit layering in here, and then there's a more cake here. So just like we did here, this same kind of diagonal that we did on the top and the bottom of that layer, we're going to repeat that right here. 1, 2. All right, so that just created our little filling. So maybe I'll just put a little like squiggly lines in there so it's my filling. Awesome. All right, let's give this cake some frosting, some fun decorating, okay? So usually around the tops of cakes, they have that really nice piping, that icing that goes around the edges up top and on the bottom. So let's recreate that by using lines like this and like this. All right, so let me show you. Oops, sorry, went out of focus from it. Let me show you how to do that. So going around the edge of this top circle, we're gonna do lines like this all the way around. Stop there so you don't get into the slice. And then we're gonna repeat that and do it again on the top, going the opposite direction. Okay, so that gives it that look of that 3D icing, and stop. Now what you'll do is you can go in and erase all those little lines of that straight line in between, okay? You can do that. All right, I'll go back and finish that up a little bit better in a minute, but let's get the rest of our icing on here, okay? Same thing on the bottom. On the bottom, back this way, and then reverse it and go this way. Oops, sorry. Same thing down here on this side, so we have that icing going all the way across. And then go back and erase the middle. Okay. How's it looking? I'm getting kind of hungry looking at this cake. Sometimes there's some decorations here. You can put some words or some different designs. Sometimes there's little, just like we did lines here, there's some lines that go around like this, the piping of the icing. You can do it that way. Really, you can do any kind of designs you want. You can write a message up here for the birthday. You can do flowers, whatever you'd like to do to decorate the top of your cake. Little fun fact, when Mrs. Scrupa was in high school and college, I used to work at a bakery, and sometimes I would go in the back and I'd watch them decorate the cakes, and I learned a lot of different ways of how to write the letterings for different holidays and events on there, and how to do the different flowers. So, okay. Now once this is done, we can color it, make the frosting, the outside, any color you want to match a flavor, or just any color. You can put food dye into it. The difference here, the different parts here. You can use paint, you can use oil pastel, markers, crayons. You can use a little bit of combination of everything. So you can go ahead, finish up your designs, and then color it in, and we'll go on to the next step. Painting. I like vanilla icing and vanilla cake with a little chocolate filling. You might like chocolate icing on your outside, or chocolate cake, or maybe you just made it some fun wild color. So once I let it dry, I cut it out. And now what a really fun thing we can do is, if you have tin foil, you can rip a piece off and you can carefully cut it into an oval kind of shape, and that will be our cake plate. So you can glue that onto that. I also grabbed a background color paper. My favorite color is blue, so I got blue. I'll put the cake plate down there, glue that, cake on top. And then what you can do also is, maybe you already added it, some decorations on top for words. I made out of paper, a candle, so I'll also glue that on top here. So you can assemble your cake any way you'd like, okay? So if you don't have tin foil, you can use a different colored paper, or maybe you have a little tiny paper plate. You can flatten that out a little bit and use that as your cake plate. And I like the shine of the tin foil. I hope you had fun learning how to draw a realistic 3D looking cake and designing it with the flavors and designs that you like. And thank you for sharing your time with me. And if you did create your cake, please share with me a picture. And I will talk to you soon, Ben Franklin family. Thank you.
Bye.